Interior stands for parallel. The transversal cuts through the parallel lines. So the first real vocab word is alternate interior angles. Interior means the inside, right? Interior, inside. When they're talking about the inside, they mean the inside of the parallel line. So we're talking about this middle section on the inside of this. Don't color this, but the middle section. Alternate means it's on opposite sides of the transversal. So these are interior. They're on opposite sides of the actual transversal. Yeah, so we're going to use the same color. So we're going to put a little arc mark here, and we're going to put a little arc mark here. So it's on the inside of the parallel lines. They're on the interior section, but it jumps across the transversal. That is where it stands for alternate. Alternate means jumps across. Interior is on the inside. We're going to use our pencil. What's up? You need pencil?
Oh, I don't know how there I can see.
Yeah, I don't even know why you're back there.
Oh, guys, why you sit back here, bro? I was following Noah. Eyes.
You're a follower.
You can literally not follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blind people need to sit in the front.
Helping followers again is following.
Nobody sounds like
You just asked us to come with me, boys. No one.
just had leader type work, so everybody gets followed.
Please look that again.
Okay, so we're going to put a little 1 and a little 2. Now, the good thing about this is when we get to math, there is a 50-50 chance you set up these problems correct, okay? They are either going to be congruent, equal to each other, or they are going to be supplementary, meaning they add to make 180. So based on where we put our little colored pencil mark, do you think these two angles that we just colored, do you think those look like the same like opening amount, or do you think they look different? They're the same. So alternate interior angles are congruent to each other. So we're going to say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, meaning they're equal. If I knew one side was 100, the other one would also automatically be 100. We're going to use the other color that you picked out. There's 2 sets of alternate interior angles. So we have the obtuse angles that we already colored. We also have acute angles, the one that's on the other side. So they're still inside the parallel lines. They still jump across the transversal. That is another pair of alternate interior angles. So you have 2 sets. We're not going to label it angle 3 and angle 4 because I don't want there to be like too much going on the inside of there. But you basically have 2 sets. You have the obtuse ones, and then you jump across, you have the acute ones. Those are congruent. If I knew the acute one was 40 degrees, the other one would automatically be 40. If I knew the big one was 120, the other one would also be 120. Alternate exterior is still jumping across the transversal, but now it's that's the outside. So instead of on the inside of the parallel lines, now it's going to be on the outside, and it's going to jump across the transversal. So they're exterior, they're outside, and they're still on opposite sides of the transversal. So we're going to use one of our markings. Let's use this one and this one. Notice I'm jumping across the transversal, but now it's on the exterior, the outside of the parallel lines. I'm going to use my pencil. I'm going to put a little 1. I'm going to put a little 2. Anytime they're alternate interior or alternate exterior, they are going to be congruent. So those are both obtuse. So we're going to say they are congruent. And just like alternate interior, you have 2 sets. You have the obtuse angles, and then you have the other ones on the outside. You have the alternate exterior acute angles. So they're both on the outside. They jump across the transversal. Do you see what I mean by like it jumping across the transversal? Jumps across. So they are both acute, both obtuse. They are congruent. Now, the next set is called consecutive interior. So we're back on the inside because it's interior. Consecutive stands for same side. So this is a key word here. Consecutive is the same side of the transversal, so we're not jumping over the line, but they are on the inside of the parallel line. So interior is on the inside, but now we're on the same side. So I'm going to put a little arc mark here. That's an obtuse angle. It's wide. And the other one on the same side is over here. Now, do these two look like they are the same width?
No.
No, they are different. They are not congruent. So the only other thing they could be is supplementary. So that means, does anybody remember what supplementary means? They equal to 180. So I'm just going to call that one angle 1, that one angle 2. And this time they're not equal to each other. They're clearly using your eyeballs. They are not the same width. They are different from each other. So we're going to say angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180. They're supplementary. Bless you. And then you also, once again, you have another pair of consecutive interior. They're on the inside. It's just on the other side of the transversal. So using the other color, let's mark our other angles. Those would still add to make 180, but notice they're on the right side of the transversal instead of jumping across the transversal. So anytime it jumps across, they're congruent. If they're on the same side, they add to make 180 because they're not the same. Consecutive exterior is the same thing as this, but instead of on the inside, they're going to be on the outside. Consecutive exterior. So they're on the same side still, but instead of on the in the middle, they're going to be on the outside.
Easy.
What? Huh? Oh. I thought you said something else. So they are on the outside this time. They're still on the same side of the transversal. I did not jump across. These are not congruent. So they still add to make 180. Oh, I forgot my little angle mark. And then same thing, if you have some on the left side, then you have the same thing on the right side on the outside. So today's really like heavy on the vocabulary, less on the math stuff. And then the very last new thing we have is corresponding, because the last two are actually old things. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are these little like weirdos. They don't have like necessarily like a pair. They're two angles that lie on the same side of the transversal on the same position. So they are in the same spot, just on another line. So there's actually 4 of these. We're not going to put all 4 in our picture because that's going to like overwhelm your brain. We're going to put one set and then I'll go up to the board and I'll show you the other 3. So we're going to put a little arc mark here. And you're looking for the same exact position, just slid down. So it'd be right here. These are in the same spot, just in the other line. These are congruent to each other. They're both obtuse in this case. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So while you're filling that in, I'll show you the other ones. So there's a bunch of corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are literally in the same spot. So I'll put, don't draw this, but I'll put a little star here. In the same spot, slid down would be here. These are corresponding. I'll put a little happy face here. Boop, boop. That same spot is over here. Boop, boop. Okay, those are corresponding. And then the last one, I'll put a little dot. This is corresponding to this. So you have a bunch of corresponding angles. If it's in the same spot, just slid over. Those are congruent to each other. And then the last 2 are old vocabulary words from chapter 2. So vertical angles. Yeah, they're up there. Vertical angles are from one intersection. So we have 2 sets of intersections. We're just basically looking at one of them. We are like, if I like, put, I don't know, let's put a little mark here. Boop, 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 boop. A vertical angle to that angle is not on the other line anywhere. It's literally just right across from it. Those are vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent. Vertical angles are from chapter 2. We obviously have a bunch of vertical angles. We have the obtuse ones. We have these ones. Vertical angles are the same, so they are congruent. They jump across the line. So we're not going to put anything over here. We'll just put, I guess we will. 2, 1, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. A linear pair. What is a linear pair? They had to make what? They share a point. They add to make 180. So where it says linear pair, we're just going to underword the word line because it makes literally a straight line. They are a pair of angles that are directly next to each other that form a straight line. So there's a bunch in here. I'm just going to use this top section. These top two right here together, they're directly next to each other. Together, they form a straight line. So those are a linear pair. So I'll say 1 is the skinny one, 2 is the fat one. I'll say angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180. So linear pair forms a straight line, meaning it adds to make 180. Linear pair also is directly next to each other. They are adjacent. So first thing we're going to do is focus on the vocab. So it says, nice slide. Are we done with this? Let's skip this top part. We don't need this. We already did that. Let's go to like example 1. So example 1 gives you a picture and it wants to know the relationship, the vocabulary that is connecting these two angles. So if I look at angle 3 and 5, 3 and 5, are they on the interior or are they exterior? Interior. Are they consecutive interior or are they alternate interior? Alternate. Alternate jumps across the transversal. So we're just going to put alt interior. If I look at 1 and 8, are these interior or are they exterior? They're exterior. So you have two options. They are either consecutive or they are alternate. Consecutive. Consecutive means same side. Notice that I did not jump across the transversal. So they're on the same side. So consecutive exterior. Because they're on the outside. So why don't you take a minute, try C and D. See if you can get C and D. If you feel super comfortable, you can keep moving, but at least try C and D.
And beginning we have the organs. No, it's not like we return them after this. Again. What are we? No, do you have like a second option?
33.
Oh, 22? Whatever.
Huh?
My first option is 15.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's the second?
I suck at doing
I
that.
got it. I got it. There's a zero there. Can't do zero.
I only wear makeup if I'm going to like a wedding.
Oh, Ian 4. Ian's 4. No, plastic? What's your?
Hey Diego, what's C?
C?
Mm-hmm.
2 and 6. Hold up. Interior.
No. Corresponding. 2 and 6. They're in the same spot, just slid over. They're not both interior. They're both not exterior. They are corresponding. 2, well, not D. D is 1 and 7.
Transversal?
No, 1 and 7.
Oh, that's consecutive.
They're not consecutive
No.
because they're alternate. They're jumping across the transversal. They're exterior. So alternate exterior. I just wanted you to try those ones. And then we could talk about the rest. But if you tried the next ones, that's
How
fine.
many, like, how many responses do you have to?
Oh, there's a bunch. They overlap. So like just because you use one, so just because you use it once doesn't mean you can't use it again. Yeah. It's okay. 4 and 5 are both on the inside. Consecutive interior. They're both on the same side and they're both on the inside. So they're consecutive
Anything with 3 and 7, no?
interior. 3 and 7 are not. 3 and 7 are one's on the inside, one's on the outside. So when one's on the inside, one's on the outside, what is that going to be? Corresponding. They're in the same spot, just slid over.
Oh, I forgot his name. Asian coach. Oh. Wait, it's for
5 and 6 are directly next to each other. Huh? Linear pair. And then 2 and 4,
that's a vertical.
those are vertical.
Why am I looking for one?
Okay, example 2. We are not going to do the reasoning part because you could technically use all of these vocab words depending on which way your brain is thinking. So I don't want to give the reasoning for this, but we are going to fill out like the math part. It says if the measure of angle 1 is 65 degrees, you basically need to find every other angle measure. It's like a puzzle. So angle 1, I'm going to put 65 here.
7.
Take a second, see if you could figure out where else 65 can go. 65 can go in a bunch of other spots. So take a minute, look at your picture. 65 can go at 5.
You can go to 7 as well.
7 as well.
And 3, I agree.
And 3. Now, how can you find
The other ones?
the other ones?
Because it's 180 and 5.
You subtract from 180 because they're supplementary to each other. So if I take 65 away from 180, how much is that? 115. So 115 can go here. It can go in all, you get for all of the other spots because they're all obtuse. So it's like a little puzzle. You could just jump around and fill in all your numbers. So take a second, fill out your little thing. Nice, nice.
Are you on Teams
I'm filming a YouTube video.
right now
Yeah,
so they can hear me?
they can. I think I just spend my spare time making YouTube videos outside of school.
Yeah.
I do it during class.
Hey, no.
Multitasking at its finest. When that little red box is up, that's whenever I'm filming. But
You're from right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're from.
it's like records from this thing.
Can I give a shout out?
No, no shout outs.
No
No shout outs.
But I'm so.
Okay, let's go to the back. We're gonna do some math problems. Now, the good thing, like I said, either these are congruent or they add to make 180. So if you get it wrong one way, there's only 2 ways to set it up. So it's kind of nice. So let's go to the back. We are not doing all of these because it's kind of like a lot, right? We're gonna cross out some of these and then let's cross out the ones that we're gonna cross out just so that way you know. Cross out number 12. Cross out number 14. Cross out number 15.
Yo, why?
14, 15.
Cross out number 7.
Yo, 6.
No, we're gonna do 6. Let's just do 6 now. So 6, because why not? So those are the ones you can cross out for today. Let's go to number 6. 6, 1 through 8 for your directions for 1 through 8. It says if L is parallel to M, classify the marked angle pair and give their relationship, then solve for X. So
much.
1 through 8, it just wants to know the vocabulary word. So look at your vocab. Take a second. You have this one and this one corresponding. They're in the same spot, just lid down. So these are corresponding. I'm going to write that kind of small at the top. Okay. And now you can either like remember the vocabulary or you can use your eyeballs and determine should these angles, we have 2 options, should they equal to each other or should they add to make 180? Equal. They're both acute. You're looking at this little tiny angle and this little tiny angle. They are acute. Corresponding angles are always like equal to each other. So how should I set up this algebra equation? Literally set them equal to each other. So I'm going to just put the equal sign smack dab in the middle. So I'm going to say 11x minus 47 equals 6x minus 2. So this is where your equal sign has the line straight down the middle. If you want to draw the line, you can. You don't have to, but if you want to. What mathematically should we do? You want to add 47? Sure. So I'm gonna add 47. So we're back to like basic algebra equations, which is nice. What is -2 plus 47? Yep. Then what do? Subtract 6. So 11, crap, I forgot to subtract. My bad, 5. What the heck? I'm like, not even subtracting. 5x equals 45. And then last step, if I divide, I'm not gonna show it because I'm kind of running out of space. But if I divide, what do I get? 9. And that's it. That's it. So,
Like.
oh yeah, is that what you said? Let's do number 4 because it's right here. So take a second. You need to figure out the vocabulary word that represents your arrow is pointing right here and here. Take a second, think about the vocabulary that would go with that.
Whatever.
Nope, they're not linear. They're on the inside of the parallel lines. This time your parallel lines are running like vertically.
Was it all consecutive?
Yes. So they're on the inside of the parallel lines. They are not jumping across the transversal. So this is consecutive, which means same side, consecutive interior because they're on the inside. So consecutive interior.
Yeah.
So we have to decide. You can either remember or you could just use the picture. I would use picture. Do these look congruent or do they look different? They're different. This is acute. This is obtuse. They are not the same. So that means I'm going to add to make what? 180.
Will always be one to do that.
Yes. So they either equal each other or they add to make 180. In this case, they add to make 180. So you have two things. This is not that bad. Two things that are combining. What two things on the left side can combine? 2 and 133. How much total will that make? Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Oh, it's like opposite of the last problem. So X is no
No, I'll wait for it.
5.
5. Oh, someone's coming down the hallway.
We thought people and running in this hallway.
Okay. Oh no. I want to fix that. Our safety is at risk. Try number 2.
Yeah.
Try number 2.
Oh, stop. What do you do with it?
I combined 2 and 135 or 133. I add them together. So try number 2.
Here is the inside exterior, the outside. That's what that changes.
You know, I'm setting up. Yeah.
So you got a 50-50 chance to set it up. It's either equal to each other or they add to make 180. Try number 2. They're both obtuse. So erase this part, but you're using the middle.
I have the number divided.
Yes, but you don't need the 180 or the 180. Does anybody know the vocabulary word that goes with this? Alternate exterior. They're alternate exterior. They're on the outside of this, like the parallel lines. They jump across the transversal. That's the alternate part. So do these equal each other or do they add to make 180? They equal. They're both obtuse. They're both large and in charge. So they equal to each other. So that's your equation. Take a second, solve it. If you haven't already done so, we're going to do one more and then you guys can start working on the leftovers. The leftovers. So minus 22 and divide.
I don't know, I see it on somebody like story. That's not. Sorry. It's my inclusive.
Minus 22 both sides.
Oh, I thought so.
Oh, that's right.
Is there more steps?
Yep. 134 minus. Oh, crap. What's 134 minus 22? And then I divide to get what? 7.
Did you say 6 on purpose?
Okay, let's do one more. We're going to do one that has an X and a Y, and then you guys can start working on the rest of them because they're not that bad. Let's do numero. Let's do number 10. So 10 has X's and Y's. You're not worried about the vocabulary for number 9, 10, 11, and 13. It says if L is parallel to M, find the values of X and Y. It does not care about the vocabulary because there's more than one thing going on. That's why. So when you have X's and Y's, you always worry about what you have more of first, whether it's Y's or it's X's. So in this case, what I have more of? X's. So disregard Y, completely pretend like he doesn't even exist. Now looking. Are these two angles congruent or do they add to make 180? They add to make 180 because they're technically a linear pair, but we don't care about the vocab for this one. We're just going to add to make 180. We're adding to make 180. We're combining, crap, I can't even see. We're combining like terms. So if I add my X's together, I have 29 and I have 15,
That's like
44. I'm using spooky colors today. If I combine -3 and 7, 4, it should always come down to a 2-step problem. I'm going to -4. And then I'm dividing by 44. Is it 4?
Yeah.
76 divided by 44, X is 4. Okay. So what we're going to do with X, when you have double things that you have to do, we found X, we need to find Y. To do that, we have to substitute this back in. Remember, you don't need to show the work for this. We're just going to plug it in and write the number. So if I take my calculator and I do 29 times 4 and I -3, how much do I get for this big angle? What is it? 113. So this is 113. Okay. If I plug it into the other one, because they're not the same, 15 times 4 plus 7 is how much?
oh, get how much?
Oh my God. 6, 7. Okay. Is Y, this angle over here, is that 113 degrees or is that 67 degrees? It's not 6.
No, 113.
113. Okay. This is 113 because it's also large and in charge. It's obtuse. So what's the equation I can write to actually solve for Y? Perfect. So last thing I have to do is actually solve for Y. So I'm just taking these two things and I'm equaling them to each other. So 13y minus 17 equals 113. So I'm going to add 17 to both sides and divide by 13. Do you want to set up another one that has x and y? Okay. Let's do let's do number 9. So take a second, look at number 9. Once you're done copying that, you need to decide with your x's. Are you adding to make 180 for your x's, or do they equal each other for your x's? So look at number 9. So x is here, x is here. Do those equal, or do they add to make 180? Nope. They are equal to each other. They are alternate. Shh, be quiet. They're alternate interior. This is obtuse. This is obtuse. They jump across the transversal. Anytime they jump across the transversal, they're congruent. So we're doing 8x minus 31 equals 6x plus 3. So take a minute, solve for x. I would add 31 to both sides. Once you get x, you're plugging it in.
I got 17.
X is 17. We're plugging 17. We're substituting it back in. Is it 105? So that's 105. How much is the other one? They're not all 105. So if this is 105 and this is 105, this is not 105. How do you know? Subtract by 180 because they're not the same. So this one would be 75 because they have to add to make 180.
Wait, how you know?
Because you substitute it back in. 8 times 17 minus 31. 6 times 17 plus 3 is 105. They are not the same as this. This is supplementary. So I'm setting these two values equal to each other to solve for y. So 5y plus 35 equals 75.
It's 8.
And then y is 8. Good job.
You're
You are smart. What happens when you're paying attention? It's like math makes
and
sense
he's not being distracted by it.
when he's not being distracted by his phone.
That- Why would you laughing?
Your guys' technology is the culprit to your knowledge. Okay, so you only have one problem that has x and y, so you should be able to do all of them. The only one you may struggle with is 11. Start with number 1. It will build you up to the harder one. Okay. Let me know if you get stuck. Let me know if you need help. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6. There's only one problem with x's and y's. Yes, you're doing 13. 13 is the same thing. You just have to decide. It only has x's. You need to decide, do they equal each other or do they add to make 180? What does it look like? Do you think they look like each other? Or do you think they look different? They look equal.
Yes, yes.
They are the same. They are equal to each other. So they are congruent. And then you just solve for x. Nope, because it's just solve for x.
Yes.